Welcome, everyone, to Music Junkies, a podcast about people sharing extraordinary stories about how music has impacted their lives.
All right, welcome everyone to Music Junkies. I'm your host, Annette Smith, and we have a special guest today. Friend of mine, don't know each other super well, but Elisha is amazing. When I reached out to you, you're like, yep, let's do this. Like, I love it. And we obviously have similar personalities, so I think we're going to have fun today. And I haven't did a live one forever, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, I just drove 2 hours in a snowstorm to do it live because I wanted to do it live as well. And when you first asked me, I was like, no, I don't know anything about music and like artists and songs. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And then I was like, yeah, what the hell? I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And it's not about that.
No.
It's just about your experience with music and your memories with music. You know, you don't need to know the artist kids' names and all of that kind of crazy stuff, right? I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
Right? So what was your experience putting your playlist together?
It was hard to pick songs because there's so many good songs that have meanings or whatever to them. So I tried to pick some that don't really have any meanings that I just like because I like music gets me inside. Like I'm a dancer. So some of them are just like that and others have meaning behind them. So yeah, it was hard to only pick like 10 or 12 or however many I picked.
Yeah. So what kind of dancer were you? Like a stripper?
No pole dancing. Well, maybe sometimes at the bar, there was some of that going on. Yeah. Sometimes boobs came out, but jazz and tap and hip
stuff
hop
we had to pay for,
right, as a kid. But then I also did competitive dancing as an adult, jazz and tap and hip hop as an adult, competitive. And then I also did competitive like swing, two-step, jive, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And then just whatever, boogieing it down at the bar. And
so why did you stop?
I don't know, just kind of got out of it. And I don't know. Yeah. Can't stay up late anymore.
Oh my God, I know. Like I couldn't imagine going to the bar right now and drinking until like 3 a.m.
The other day I had 4 drinks and I had to take an Advil. I was almost puking the next morning because I don't drink anymore.
Yeah, it like kicks your ass.
Oh, the headache is unreal. And I'm only 42, so it's not like I'm old, right? We're not that old, but
right. I know. Ready for your first song?
Sure.
I'm gonna mix it around a bit because we were chatting a little bit.
This is my song rap.
All right. Why do you love that song?
First time I heard it, have you heard it before?
Yeah.
You had heard it? First time I heard it was in Dominican. My hubby and I like to travel lots and we go on like 2-week all-inclusive holidays. And so we did Dominican twice for 2 weeks each time. And the first time we went, I think it was like, I don't even know what year, it was 2010 or something like that maybe. And that song, we were on rooftop bar, you know, in Dominican, hot, drinking, suntanned, and that song came on and we just danced and that song just came on lots and throughout the whole 2-week period. And we just danced to that song. And I don't know, I just love it. Now it reminds me of like being in the tropics, dancing with my hubby on a rooftop bar.
I feel like it is a tropic song. I feel like any tropic country I've ever been to, they play this song.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever just never noticed it previously or whatever, but yeah, I just love it. And as you can see, it gets me going. So I just like that song.
So married 17 years?
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you guys meet?
Well, that's going to come up in a different song.
Oh, I see.
Can't tell that story yet.
Can't tell that story.
No.
And he's here. He's your
Not
chauffeur today, right? Which is awesome. We appreciate him, and him and Tyler are forced to get to know each other.
Yeah. We've been together 18 years and married 17. We got married 1 year to the date after when we first hooked up 1 year later. He proposed after 4 months.
Wow.
And we're still together, so.
Must have gave good blowjobs.
Maybe.
4 months later, geez, that's a lot.
Crazy.
All right, next song.
Real and crucial people, original king lover talking on the microphone. Yes, me come like Al Capone when me sing.
I wanna have sex on the beach.
Teaspoon, Sex on the Beach.
Yeah, so that's the song of how we met. So I actually dated his friend for a couple months previously. That's how we kind of met. We live in Sylvan Lake, Alberta, which is, you know, beach town, resort town. But I was living in Red Deer at the time, and I went to Sylvan to just suntan by myself for the day. And him and his buddy were walking, going on a chick walk, trying to pick up chicks, and they saw me. Hey, how's it going? You know, whatever. So anyways, long story short, ended up on their friend's boat that night. We ended up in the bar and that song comes on. We had already been like, the bar was packed. We had already been like, we were drunk doing shots. Like it was already like kind of later in the night and that song came on and I was like, oh, this is like my fantasy. And Darren's like, what? I'm like, the song. He's like, you want to have sex on the beach? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, let's go. So we leave the bar, go outside and there's just people everywhere. There's cops. We're like, well, this isn't going to work like on the beach here. There's too much action. Buddy's boat was parked in the marina. So he's like, let's go to Byron's boat. So we go to Byron's boat. On the way walking there, we run into some friends, show up at the guy's house. We did not run into him. His house was locked, but he had a hot tub. So friends go in the hot tub. Darren and I get undressed. We go skinny dipping in the marina, try to get into the friend's boat. And we couldn't get up the back of the boat. So he's like, okay, we need to come and get up on the dock to get in the boat. So the boat was not running, but I'm like froggy swimming around to get up on into the boat. And I kicked the prop, not running, but I kicked it. And I was like, oh my God, no. Get up in the boat, just blood.
Oh no.
Everywhere. He's like, oh my God, you need to go to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm not going to the hospital. Like Red Deer. We didn't have emergency care in Sullivan. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to Red Deer. Like nobody can drive. No, I'm just bleeding because I'm drinking. He's like, no, you need to like, it was kind of bad. So it was a good thing I did go. So anyways, find somebody sober, get in Darren's truck. A whole bunch of us piled in there, get there. They wouldn't give me painkillers because I was drinking, bleeding everywhere. Like it was bleeding pretty bad. So they said it was going to be 2 hours. They kind of like bandaged me up. We went back out to the vehicle.
Was it a big cut?
Well, no, it was just like a gash across the top of my big toe. But it went to the bone and hit an artery. So they come and get us and they're ready for us. And as we're sitting there, Darren's like holding my hand and I'm like not looking. I could tell that they were having issues and that stuff was kind of going on with my foot. And I just thought at that moment that I was going to be with him forever. And we have been. I never went home. So needless to say, we didn't have sex on the beach or on the boat. So then they had to give me stitches on the inside and the outside. They had to call in other doctors, cauterize my artery, went to the bone, blah, blah, blah. Finally get home, had sex on his bed. Not my fantasy that I wanted. Blowing stitches, blah, 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 whatever. Anyways, yeah, that's the story of that song and how our first night together.
Yeah. And so how long from you met till that night? Or hours?
A couple months.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Well, like, because I was dating his friend. So I had just met him like randomly a couple times.
Okay.
Then it had been a few months since I had seen him.
Okay.
And then ran into each other on the beach and then.
Okay. So it was like 4 hours. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't wait very long for that one. No, there was no like second date. No, it was first date.
I love it.
Yeah.
What do you love most about him?
He's calm. So he's the total opposite of me. He's romantic, like my dad. So he's, little romantic and.
What's the most romantic thing he's ever did?
He's done lots of things, but
recently, maybe.
Recently, yes, that's kind of been lacking recently, but
hopefully he hears.
No, he does like just small little gestures. He's super helpful. And yeah, he does the laundry, does dishes, so all that kind of stuff. Romantic things that he does recently, not so much anymore, but yeah, I don't know why he doesn't really anymore. But one of the things that sticks out to me the most is he ran a bath and like all nice stuff. And on the bathroom counter, he put in with tea light candles, I love you.
Oh.
And tea light candles and then, bath and whatever, all that kind of stuff. So just things like that. He hasn't done that for a while, but he'll run me a bath still, but not going to all that detail.
Yeah. We better talk to him after the show.
Yeah. But he'll just like randomly buy me flowers, not for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What's one thing he thinks he does better than you?
Probably remains calm. Mows the lawn.
Yeah. That's okay. We can let them have that.
Yeah.
That's a blue job anyways.
But he can't wash dishes as good as me.
I don't know if you want
or the toilet to my standards.
Take that title, right?
He's very finicky with his lawn.
I love it. All right, next song.
I made it through the wilderness.
Madonna, like a virgin.
Yeah, I love Madonna. She's like my idol. So my mom and dad used to have a record player, which they still have actually. And they still have this record. So I got introduced to the Like a Virgin album from the actual record, right? Playing it as a kid. I don't know, probably from 4 years old. My mom would play it and I don't know, I just would dance and loved it and fell in love with Madonna. There's no story behind it really other than that. So
yeah. What's the first concert you ever been to?
It was Heart.
Oh, no way.
When I was 12.
My uncle slept with both of those girls.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Cool. That was a good band, yeah.
Yeah. What about recently?
I've been to lots of concerts. I've been to probably
What's your
60
favorite
concerts. I keep a list in my phone actually. My favorite concert would probably be Kid Rock.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Actually. Well, because we were like second or third row and just the guy is actually super talented. Like the piano, the guitar, like he just put on a really good frickin' show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any 80s frontman that you would potentially sleep with or want to? Maybe not what they look like now, but back then.
Well, I've always liked Matthew McConaughey, but that's not like an 80s. I didn't really have like a band guy crush.
No?
Maybe like way back in the day, like maybe some of the Poison guys.
Yeah. Did you have
Axl Rose, maybe.
Yeah. Any posters on your walls of bands?
No, not really.
No.
It was all Madonna. Mostly,
Madonna.
yeah.
You get Teen Beat and all of that kind of stuff, those magazines. I had like one wall all Teen Beat, like Kirk Cameron and all those guys. And then the other wall was like all Motley Crue, Poison, Rat, all of that. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a mishmash like that too.
Yeah, I was confused.
I don't think I'm confused. My playlist is kind of a mishmash of different genres. Like I like every kind of music. Like
so do I.
Metal, country, like I like it all and everything in between. But that's kind of how I am.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes people think that I'm like prim and proper. I like to dress fancy and wear heels, but I also like to go quadding and get muddy. And I'm also a trucker mouth and can be professional on the other hand. So I'm a mishmash myself.
If you could be any animal in the world, what would you be?
I don't know. Never really thought about that.
Would you be more of a dangerous animal or something soft and cute?
I'm not a huge like animal person, so it would be cool to be like a tiger.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because you could, relax and chill in the sun and up in the trees, but also be feisty at the same time. So
yeah, I could see you being a tiger. Yeah, that'd be good. I like
or
that.
Or a black panther.
Yeah.
Something even like more
carrier. Yeah.
And cool.
Just like you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those
Some Green Day.
Melodramatic fools. Yeah, Green Day. Yeah, that was like 13 years old, from like 13 to 16, kind of like just played that Dookie record, that Dookie CD, I should say, over and over and over again. No stories behind it, just brings back memories of that time and, boys and boyfriends and
what were you like?
Starting to drink already. And
yeah, were you a good girl in high school or a bad girl?
Well, depends what you consider good or bad. I'm gonna tell all my secrets to the world, but
what's the worst thing?
There's no way if I had a 13-year-old that I would be wanting her to do what I was doing. Let's just say that.
What's the worst thing you did in high school?
Smoking joints.
Yeah.
During break and
that's
going to class stoned.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst.
What kind of music did you listen to in high school? Was it all kind
like
of
that?
Day?
Yeah, that Madonna. Just like a mishmash of all stuff.
Yeah. What kind of crowd did you hang out with?
Well, I kind of had a mishmash of friends too, because I did hang out with some like preppy, sporty people. I wasn't really on any of the sports teams. I danced kind of outside. I didn't have time to do like sports. I wasn't like preppy, but I had some preppy friends. But then I also hung out with some of the like skids and headbangers and stuff because I liked all those kinds of music. So I kind of had friends from all over, but
Yeah.
I don't really I don't really have any friends now from high school.
Yeah. We need not very many, maybe a couple.
Yeah. That I would still chat with or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, lots of them are. Like some of the really, really, you know, popular girls, it was like, oh, I thought you would end up somewhere better. But
yeah. I'm so glad that you're 300 pounds and have 6 kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes high school the way you were in high school that much better. Yeah.
Just makes that pain go away.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So karaoke, do you do any karaoke at all?
I'm not a very good singer, no. I will if I'm super drunk. And
do you have like a go-to song if you're
Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Absolutely.
Done that one a few times. But no, I'll just be the backup dancer. I'll dance and someone else can sing. No one wants to hear me sing.
Favorite place you've traveled to so far with you and your husband?
Well, with me, and my favorite place is St. Martin, but my husband didn't come with me.
Yeah.
Jamaica. We love Jamaica.
Yeah. Is that a place that you've went a few times? Yeah.
I would like to move there, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Jamaica. I didn't really like it.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't really enjoy it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was like attacked constantly.
I guess it just depends. Yeah. Well, we went to, I guess maybe just depends the resort that you went to and where you went. But I mean, they can be a little pushy, especially like at the markets or whatever. But we've left the resort. Like we went twice for 2 weeks each time. One was Runaway Bay and one was Negril. And I just love the beaches, the sun, the atmosphere, the music, the people, like smoking joints on the beach. Like, yeah, I don't know. I love it there. Yeah. I love the people. But yes, they can be a little bit, I felt more threatened by like the Dominican men than Jamaican men.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we just got separated a lot and they were doing it kind of deliberately with me and my daughter. So I was just a little bit, you know, we went to the markets a few times and the next thing you know, my daughter's like gone and we're like, where the hell is she? Like literally stop us to talk to her kind of thing. So it was like, and she was 15, 16. And we went to Bob Marley. She was right into Bob Marley. So we went up and did Bob Marley thing. And of course there was so much dope being smoked. And I was just like, this is crazy. Anyways, these guys got on the bus and had a whole bunch of pot cake. And then they got off and I got off the bus and I bought it all. And so we're driving back. It was like a 2-hour bus ride back. And I'm like, do you want to do some pot cake? And she's like, is this a test? I'm like, let's just do it. See what happens, right? Like, I know you're 16. You probably smoked pot before. You're not stupid. So we did a bunch of pot cake. We didn't get stoned. And then I showed Tyler later. We've never did pot together. And we just ate the rest of the cake and we slept. We just fell asleep.
It was a downer type.
It was a downer. It was a downer. Oh, well, I love this song. I love Rod Stewart. Love Rod Stewart.
Yeah. I only like him because my mom loves him.
Yeah.
And she had the tape, Vagabond Heart tape. And we would just listen to that tape over and over and over again in her car anytime we were driving. And so that just reminds me of my mom and whatever. She loves it. And yeah, we would just sing our hearts out to it. And
yeah. What was it like growing up in your home?
I definitely felt loved for sure. We didn't grow up wealthy by any means. My dad liked to smoke a lot of pot and drink booze, and my brother at very young age got into some trouble, and he also was an addict. So my dad and him both have been clean. Well, my dad just passed away, but they just celebrated 15 years clean and sober.
Wow.
So yeah, I was my dad's princess. I'm gonna get a tattoo with his writing because he wrote to me in a card that says my princess is what he called me with his ashes in the ink and his handwriting. But yeah, I was his princess and I totally felt loved and had a great childhood, but definitely not like extravagant.
Yeah. So what?
Lived on welfare and no name food and shopping at Value Village, no new clothes ever and stuff like that. But I had a great childhood.
Yeah. So what was your brother's drug choice?
Pot, cocaine.
Yeah. So was it hard growing up and watching? Was he older than you, younger
He's
than
younger
you?
than me.
Yeah.
4.5 years younger than me. I mean, I did my fair share of stuff too, but it wasn't like a problem for me or whatever. It was mostly what it did to my mom. I seen what it did to my mom. My dad tried getting clean numerous times throughout my life. And, you know, my dad and then my brother. And so just seeing what it did to her. I mean, while we were going through it, I didn't feel anything really too much while I was going through it, other than my brother was acting up and I was doing my own thing. I was just like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But now as an adult, like looking back on it.
Yeah. It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
But he's been sober.
But super proud of them, of what they've done now. Yeah. And they've, my brother has broken that cycle.
Yeah.
Because he does have 2 kids, right? So.
Yeah. I love that you say broke the cycle. Yeah. That's so important. Like for me personally, like both of my, you know, my dad was a crackhead my whole life. I never really got to meet him very much. And then my mom met another guy and, you know, that guy died of speed. And then she met another guy who was hardcore alcoholic. And, you know, at 17, that's when I found out she was a heroin addict, right? So, and she still is to this day.
Wow.
Right? It's crazy. It's just.
And still alive.
And still alive. And still alive. Right? So it's hard to deal with someone that's an addict. Right. I have a hard time believing it's a disease because I'm just strong-willed. So if I want to quit something, I'm going to quit something. Mm-hmm. Right. I just believe that part will help you more.
Yeah. With any addiction, whether it's food, sex, gambling, doesn't matter.
That's right. I just believe that you have choices. Yeah. People might disagree, but that's just my belief. And I've ran my life like that. I knew that I was never going to become a junkie because of what I grew up in. And obviously still dealing with it to this day, you know, and it's sad. That whole realm is very, very sad. You know, my kids do not know her or anything like that. We've been, you know, moved away from since I was, you know, 18 and a half, 19 years old, you know, been back once. That was a mistake, right? And it's just crazy to listen to and deal with that all the time when you're just like random phone calls in the middle and, you know, not even understanding what's even going on in the world that she lives in. And then you have to have compassion and like
try to,
you know, and Teller's always like, how do you do it? Like, how do you listen to everything that she says on the phone? And you're just like, yeah, okay, love you. Have a good day. I'm like, what else am I going to do? Me getting mad at her is not going to fix anything. It's not going to solve any problems because I always was very angry when I spoke to her. And then something just clicked in me and I said, you know what? I can't get mad anymore. Yeah. She's going to continue doing what she's doing. She's probably not even going to fucking remember this phone call anyway. So who gives a shit? Right. So it's like, who cares? Yeah. Right. It's who cares. So it's sad when people go through addiction and you have to watch all that. Right. So I appreciate you sharing because it is important. November Rain.
Yeah.
GNR.
Good song. Yeah, I wore that tape out. I had to like tape it back together.
Love that.
Play it, rewind. Like, I don't know. That song, I don't know. Nothing really, just memories. And just that was the song. Like, it was probably like grade 5, grade 6 when I started like playing that tape. And then I know the other songs on the album, but not as good as that one. Still to this day, I can pretty much sing every word.
Yeah, I love November Rain.
It's a good song.
So I thought maybe we'd pull a question. These are like from my junkies. So you want to pull? I have no idea.
Just randomly pick one?
Just randomly pick one. Some are good, some are not so good. You never know. Read it out loud.
Why are tennis balls fuzzy?
Oh, you have any idea?
Well, I could think of some reasons. Why? Well, no, I don't know why they are. I guess whoever invented them decided to make them be neon yellow fuzzy.
Yeah. Maybe they give a better buoyancy on the racket. I don't know. It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a real critical thinking question. I'm gonna have to look that shit up now.
Google.
Who Who invented the tennis ball and why is it fuzzy? It must have something to do with the racket and it, or the bouncing on the ground too, maybe.
I get it.
But then there's a racket ball that's
hard.
That's smooth.
Yeah, got to be something. We're gonna have to Google this after this.
Whoever invented it just wanted it to be fuzzy. I don't know.
What's the best gift you've ever been given?
Like a physical gift or like a...
Yeah, whatever you feel is a gift.
Well, my brother and my sister-in-law named my second niece her middle name after me.
Oh.
So that was very like, because they know that we can't have kids. So they named her after me. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So how did you find out you can have kids?
Well, before I met Darren, I had gotten pregnant, had a miscarriage. And then we just were trying and wasn't getting. So within 6 months, it was like, okay, well, I know that I can get pregnant, right? So why is this not happening? So he went and got tested and found out that he had a very low sperm count. Went through about 2 years of testing to figure out why. Had to go to DNA specialists. What do you call those people? Genealogy, gene special people. And finally, we went to a chromosome doctor and they tested his chromosomes because he didn't have a hormone problem.
Yeah.
So that we couldn't figure out why. So finally found out that he has Klinefelter syndrome, which means he has an extra X chromosome.
Oh.
Okay, so Down syndrome is an extra Y chromosome. I just learned this through that. Extra X basically means you're sterile.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just like a oopsie thing that happens like during like conception or whatever. It's just it's not a hereditary thing or anything like that. So that was like 15, 16 years ago. So at the time they couldn't do anything like fertility clinic wise because they needed more sperm than what he could produce at one given time. So we kind of just left it, just kept trying. I mean, it's been fun. Don't have to wear condoms, don't have to wear a pill, and just fuck all we want, whatever, it doesn't matter. No protection needed. Don't need to worry about it. So it's been fun because condoms really suck. But so we just kept trying or whatever. And then kept going back to the fertility clinics, things advance and change and stuff like that. By the time, so actually it was probably like 5 or 6 years ago, we ran into some friends that we had just found out that their daughters actually came from in vitro, and he kind of had the same thing where he was like shooting blanks basically, right? And they did in vitro with way less sperm. So we actually went back to the fertility clinic to see if maybe now there was something they could do. And when they did a sperm count, he was now at 0.
Oh, wow.
And before that, it was like very minimal, very, very minimal, like a couple sperm when there should be like a couple million per time. So nothing we can do.
No adoption, didn't want to.
We discussed that. And it's very interesting when we say in life that, oh, if I was in your position, I would do this or do that. Yeah. Well, we don't really know until we're put in that position, right? Because I've always said that if I couldn't have kids, I would adopt because there is so many kids that need a good home to go to. But then once we were put in that position, I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. We wanted our own or none, basically.
Yeah.
I didn't want to raise someone else's kid. I don't know, when we were put in that situation, we just decided against it. Same thing with donor, because it could have at least been half mine. Yeah. And I could have went through the pregnancy, but then I'm like, oh, here's your baby, but it's not your baby, it's mine, but not yours. And I didn't feel right about that either. Yeah. So we just decided, wow, this is the hand we got dealt. So I guess no kids.
Yeah. How much money are you saving on a yearly basis?
Yeah. No shit. And in today's world, I'm actually glad we don't have kids, but.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine raising kids during COVID.
Mm-mm. It's craziness.
Be nightmare. All right. Milanis.
Good Alana Miles. Yeah. I just love her, and I seen her live and Red Deer just in a small little bar. Yeah. I know. I just had her tape and just.
She'd be good live. I could see.
Just in a small venue. Like we were just like right up at the bar, and she was right there. And I think she even signed my boyfriend at the time's jersey because we went out back and she was getting in her bus. And I don't know. I just like her.
Yeah.
Like those songs.
What are some of the things that you enjoy doing on your time off besides traveling? Like, what do you guys do most of? Are you a hiker? Are you a biker?
Yeah, we used to go out to camping and quadding, but we kind of got out of that. Been there, done that, kind of done with that. I'd rather just, so we took up hiking, snowshoeing. We like to do stuff outside. I like chasing waterfalls. I like finding waterfalls and taking pictures and hiking and stuff like that. That's what we do a lot of nowadays. We do lots of things with our nieces and nephews too, because we don't have our own kids. So we do things with them all the time, but
do you spoil them?
Oh yeah.
I know, it's nice, isn't it, to do that? Yeah, I'm excited for my son is getting married in August. So I'm excited for when they decide. I think it's going to be quite quick, but they're going to have some babies. Grandma. Yeah, which is crazy. Crazy to think. That's what happens when you have babies young.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, holy, we could pretty much have like a 20-year-old, and be a grandma, like, holy crap. Yeah. And I'm not even a parent. Like, it's just weird. Think about that.
Ever fooled around with the other side? Been with a girl before?
Yes, when I was like about 11.
Oh, wow. That's an early time.
That's it.
Kissing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you were like, no.
That's it. Yeah.
Not into
I have had threesomes and foursomes, but it was more just like with guys and girls, and me and the girl didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Just like tag teaming, but.
When was your first time doing that?
I don't know, probably 15 or something.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, my friend and me, or was it the guy's decision?
I don't know.
Don't remember.
It was a couple times after the bar too, when I was a little bit older. It's just like,
whatever.
Go back to the house and they start fucking. So then we join in and then we swap, and I don't know.
Something you did?
Yeah.
I've never had a threesome before. No, not at all.
It's interesting.
I don't know if I would do it now, but maybe when I was young.
Oh, I would never do it with my husband. No, I couldn't. Or none of them were actually like boyfriends. This was all just single and just like one night stand type of things. I don't think I could ever watch for sure not my husband fuck someone else. There's no way. No, and he would never watch me either. No, I would never do that.
No. It wouldn't be something that I would be like, oh, you go right ahead.
I'll just sit here and watch. Yeah, no.
No. This song I love. You taught me this song, so I'm excited.
You didn't know this song?
No.
I took 2 weeks vacation for the honeymoon. A couple tickets.
Yeah, never heard Drunk on a Plane before.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and my husband loves it too. Rockin' like a G6. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's country, but Dirk Bentley, has seen him in concert, and I just like him, and I don't know, we just like that song, and we just rock out to it, and it's just a good song.
Do you get drunk on a plane often?
Well, every time I get on a plane, but that's been a while.
What was your last vacation? Was it like 2 years ago?
It would have been, I think it was when we went on a WFG trip with Everest, actually. Everest took us to Dominican in like October of 2019, I think it would have been.
Oh, wow.
That was our last trip, yeah.
No, that's crazy.
That was lots of fun with Randy and Wendy Furby.
Yeah, they're fun, hey?
Oh, yeah, Wendy, yeah. Me and her, oh yeah, we got some pictures. And we had like a photographer for the day. We went to this island and drinking rum punches the whole way there, right? And coconut rum and stuff. And then we get to this island. Oh yeah, there's pictures of me and her rolling around in the sand and together, like on top of each other, rolling in the sand. It was fun.
Yeah, they're awesome. We did Alaska with them 1 year.
Oh yeah.
And they were super fun. We had so much fun with them. We're eating all this crab dinner and just going crazy. Yeah, smoking cigars, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Want to do another card?
Sure. Yeah, we were supposed to. We had a few trips booked that didn't happen. So I definitely need to go to the beach. That's for sure. Have you ever woke up with someone giving you oral?
Oh, that'd be a dream.
No, I wouldn't say oral because, I mean, if it was my husband, I don't know. That's kind of like borderline rape, in my opinion. There's no consent happening there. But I think there's been drunk times where I woke up and he's, finger banging me maybe or something. But yeah.
It's a borderline rape. you ever been, what's your like worst you've ever been physically hurt?
No, I haven't been injured too much.
Break an arm, break a leg.
Yeah, when I was in about grade 1 or 2, tobogganing, broke my collarbone. A bunch of kids rammed into me, but I don't remember it like being painful or anything like that. And
That's a normal injury, that collarbone.
yeah.
Growing up, both my kids, collarbones, same bike jump, 3 weeks apart.
Oh boy. Never broken a leg or an arm, never broken anything else, just my collarbone.
Never broken anything.
Oh no?
No, I've been lucky.
Yeah, no kidding. Sprained my ankle a few times.
Right? Fall down the stairs or something like
Yeah.
that. This is like Tyler's favorite song.
Oh.
Okay, some Roxette.
Yeah. The look. She's got the look. Yeah. I listened to that young. Like lots of these songs are from back when I was young, like, you know, from 12 to 20. I don't know why, but me and my friends used to make like dances, like choreography to that song. And then we'd like perform it for our parents and just whatever, we'd make dances to it. And just a good song.
What was your most memorable dance experience?
Probably as an adult.
Yeah.
When we were competing, when we won gold, I think it was for hip hop, and we were all zombies and stuff at a Banff competition
Oh, cool.
in Banff. So that was pretty cool because we did not expect to get gold at all. And as adults, as kids, like, you know, I don't know, I don't really remember like that, but, and then also it's pretty cool dancing at the competitive level as an adult, like in the whole swing and stuff like that. Not that I ever won awards for that or anything like that, but it's good, just good times.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah. Competitively, do you ever just kind of put the music on and just start dancing?
Oh yeah. And even with my nieces, like my one niece, she's a really good hip hop dancer. Even just the other day, we were doing stuff, and oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Are you
we
teaching her
rock it
some
out.
moves?
I have, yeah. Sometimes she teaches me too. She's 11, so
Yeah.
sometimes she teaches me some moves. But
Is there any twerking going on?
oh yeah, there's always twerking happening.
Jesus. We had this little party over at a friend's house, and Ayla came over, my daughter, to teach like all us old ladies how to twerk, and it was like the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like envisioning everybody like on their like walkers and like trying to twerk, like just the way these ladies were like so not mobile at all. Like I'm like, what is going on with you? Like you're like 40, you can't move your hips like that. What's happening? But I literally, when they were all in this corner, I was like, it looks like you guys are all holding walkers and like trying to twerk. Like, what is wrong with you?
Lack of dancing.
Yeah, movement. I don't know.
Losing their, and I've lost a lot of my.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it goes away.
I can still pretty much do the splits mostly, but because I do that, like keep that going. But like dance moves and stuff, I've noticed that I'm not as like good as I was.
Yeah, I can't do the splits. All right, next song. Do you want to pick it or you want me to pick it?
Doesn't matter.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you ready? I haven't had this one yet.
Sweet dreams are made of.
I've not had the rhythmics yet, and I've probably did 90 episodes.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
That's a popular kind of ish song. I
know.
thought.
The stuff that I thought I would get lots of, like I thought I'd get a lot of Eminem. I thought I would get like a lot of Metallica. Nothing. Which is really bizarre. Yeah, it's cool. But
Yeah, the Eurythmics. Just I don't know. I just like that song. I could crank that song and just dance around and scream it. And yeah. My mom had that CD and I got onto it. Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks. Sounds like you grew up with a lot of music in your house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, my mom and dad like to party, so that's probably why I do.
So did they like different music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like mom kind of liked dance, pop stuff, and dad was what?
Well, my mom liked Rod Stewart and Billy Idol and all that kind of stuff. And my dad used to be a biker, so yeah, pretty much all like Cat Stevens I remember listening to and stuff like that.
Yeah. Your dad have a bike, Harley, or?
Way back in the day, he had a Norton and then he had a Yamaha. No, I don't think he ever had a Harley actually.
Yeah.
And then he hasn't had a bike for quite a while because my mom doesn't like it. And so got away from that once he stopped smoking pot and drinking.
Yeah.
He kind of got out of that scene too, but.
Did you like going on the motorbike?
I didn't mind it, yeah.
Yeah, I loved it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up, well, my uncle drove Harleys, so I grew up with that and I loved that. That was fun. And every time I hear them, I'm just like, oh my God, I want one.
Darren does not like bikes and I'm not I would never, I don't know that I would get on the back of one now.
Yeah, really?
No, I'm too scared.
Do anything daring?
No, I like to be like spontaneous and adventurous, but not like bungee jumping, skydiving. No fucking way. No, ain't happening.
I haven't did that either. And I grew up in Nanaimo where bungee jumping kind of started. And we would just crawl up to the top and have beers up there, but I would never jump off.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like cliff jumping and stuff like that, even off high diving boards, like 3, 4, 5 feet maybe, but not any more than that. No,
That's crazy.
Not a daredevil.
No,
Not an adrenaline junkie. My brother is the complete opposite. He is like bungee jumping. He is an adrenaline junkie big time.
Yeah. Are you and your brother close?
Yeah, we're pretty close. Yeah. We're
Always
totally
been?
different, but
Yeah.
we're close mostly because of my nieces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we are a close family, right? We do lots of stuff together. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we're going to do one more song for your last song. I think it makes sense. Let me see here. All right. I haven't had this one either.
Prisoner of your life.
Tina Turner.
yeah, better be good to me.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just childhood again. Same. My parents
Yeah.
had that record, and even this day, like I still like same thing. Crank that and just sing away and dance away, and it's
Yeah.
just a good tune.
She's amazing.
Yeah, and she is amazing. Yeah, like now she's like 75, and she's like same thing with her. Same thing with Madonna. You know, like I strive to have the bodies that they do when I'm their age.
Yeah. I like to eat.
So do I,
Like
but-
they might not eat very much.
Yeah.
Like a carrot and some air.
Well, they probably eat lots of protein. In order to have muscles, they need to
Yeah.
have lots of protein. And Madonna was my next favorite concert,
Yeah.
actually. That was like a dream to see her in concert.
I bet.
Just thinking of like the muscles and stuff, because I was like center of her stage, and I actually purchased tickets. Then I won tickets.
No way.
So yeah, that was a whole crazy scene in Vancouver. Bunch of us women went. It was a riot. And yeah, Madonna was like, I almost could like touch her, but that woman's legs and how she can like dance and squat and squat and squat like for
Yeah.
hours, and like she's got some muscular legs. There's no way she lives on vegetables. She does lots of yoga and she must eat protein.
Yeah, she has to. Right. So I want you to leave us with some words of wisdom. With all the adversity you've been through, what are some words of wisdom you could leave us?
Well, nowadays I try to just have fun, right? And one of the last things that my dad told me was to be happy. He just wanted me to be happy. So that's what I'm trying to do, right? And I think we all should strive to just be happy, whatever that is. And to just we have to stay true to ourselves. We can't do anything that goes against us, and we have to really like stay in tune with our inner being or intuition or gut, whatever you want to call that. Because if we do anything outside of that, that's when we compromise our own spirit, our own spiritual being. And then I believe that disease and illnesses come from those types of things and stress and that kind of stuff. And then we like bash ourselves and all that kind of thing. So number one thing in life is just like have fun, be happy, but stay in tune with ourselves and don't stray from anything that you don't want to do.
Yeah, I love that you said that, right? Every time you go against your core value, right? I think you're jeopardizing your health.
Yeah.
Right? Because you think about that. Like, oh shit, I should have did this. Why did I do this?
Yeah.
And the only person you're beating up is you. That person's forgot about it. They could care less. They moved on, but you are still dwelling. So
or even don't do something that you feel like you need to do. Then you don't do it because that changes our like frequency, our energy, our vibration. And when that vibration level goes to the negative way, that's when dis-ease starts happening.
That's right. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Elisha.
Yeah, thank you.
On the show today.
Thank you.
I hope you had fun, right?
I did, yeah.
I know that we were trying to book this forever. So I'm so grateful that you drove 2.5 hours to be on this show.
First time ever being on a podcast. I was telling them, tell my family, I'm going on a podcast. We're like, what? So now they're following and so
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. Awesome.